I've always studied what I studied because I thought it was interesting and I thought it was important. I didn't necessarily want to be an entrepreneur, but I was extremely interested in entrepreneurship as a phenomenon, and I wanted to understand more about it and what would make people successful. If you walk into this entrepreneurship arena, you really have the opportunity to do so many different things and to see how things interconnect, and the impact can be profound.
We've been doing the Kauffman Entrepreneurship Scholars Program in one form or another for about almost 12 years.
We have the Kauffman Dissertation Fellowship, which supports 20 dissertation fellows in their entrepreneurship research, 7 junior faculty fellowships, and 1 Kauffman Prize.
In the field of economics, there are some well-known prizes. Prizes for young economists, prizes for lifetime achievement. We've tried to follow that model in something that would really put a stamp of credibility on, in this case, entrepreneurship research.
I started my career really doing research on entrepreneurial finance and on the venture capital community and networks in the venture capital community and how startups find financing. I undertook this research in part because I actually wanted to get knowledge out. I wanted the things I did to have some sort of practical application, but it often takes a couple more steps before you really see that translate. I like being that step that translates it.
These scholars are doing the most cutting-edge research that can translate into either policy or practice or programs that Kauffman can help get involved in, and is increasingly telling us what is working or what's not working for entrepreneurs.
We try to be as educated as we can, and I think that's in part Mr. Kauffman's mission of really being educated about the research that we're funding and knowing how to inject that into the scholarly community.
To know that my colleagues, my peers, the senior people in the field have looked at the body of research that I've produced that I've always felt was impactful and endorsed it and said, you really have had an effect on the field. That's a huge honor.
It signals to others that this is an important topic. It definitely helps strengthen the field of entrepreneurship research.
What's been wonderful about the support that the Kauffman Foundation has given is that it's created a situation where you now have PhD students who are specifically walking into programs in order to study entrepreneurship and innovation and are being taught to do research in entrepreneurship and innovation.
We get a lot of benefit in terms of research papers and the typical academic outputs, and we've talked about the substance and the ideas, but it's really about people, developing these individuals and helping them succeed, because that will help our mission in helping entrepreneurs.
Today's dissertation scholars and junior faculty, they have a base off of which to run. And a lot of that is about the Kauffman Foundation support.